Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Marketing Matters podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Atema.
Amatema Victoria.
Today, Vicky, we want to talk about AI. I know people are thinking, hey, AI 10. We're gonna talk about AI, but what its impact is on the marketing industry. Now, the main reason that I thought it fit that we discuss this topic was because there have been several reports, and each of them talks about how this technology will impact the um, the workforce or the marketplace in a very different way. So there was a very sensational, if I can use that word, article that was done by Forbes last year, which was about the dark side of AI and the job market. And their main arguments were, I think, five. The first one was that AI was going to lead to a lot of job losses because of the automation. And then they argued, or the writer argued, that it was going to also have different impacts depending on the industry. So if you are maybe in an industry that was highly disrupted, at least in the first phase of AI, you're going to have a different a different level of outcome compared to people in industry um, that are not exposed that much to AI. And then it also he also argued, or the writer also argued, that the because of the changes in the skill requirements, then it was going to lead to a situation where maybe you find yourself in an awkward position where maybe you are required to over a short period of time learn new AI skills and even tech skills just to ensure that you remain competitive. And of course, chances are that even if you are able to be retained and your colleague or somebody else has those skills, you might be doing the same things, but the other person might attract a higher income, which would lead then to significant inequalities in the workplace for people at the same level, and even for people at different levels. Then there are also issues about ethics. AI was crawling data that people had worked so many years to generate and research and work on, and AI was effectively crawling it and giving it for free without any consequences. So that was part of the biggest issues that this article was trying to bring out. But then there was also another article that came out by the PwC group, which was saying that AI will be good and AI will have a very positive impact. In fact, it was the report was saying that AI jobs are growing at an exponential rate, 3.5 times faster than all other jobs. So it's like every company was now suddenly recruiting AI people. It was also saying that if you have AI skills, you are likely to demand a 25% premium in the job market. Then it was also talking about, of course, increased productivity to the workforce, and people who are also able to enter into different types of occupations because of AI. So the versatility of your employability because of AI. But now I want us, Vicky, to talk about what AI's impact on the marketplace, the marketing industry could be, and maybe is already being felt. So I just like to hear your thoughts, your reactions, and then we can carry on from there.
Yeah, thank you so much, Steve. Yeah, it's indeed true that AI is here and it's here to stay, and we have it's being uh, it's going to affect different industries. And yeah, today as we talk about sales and marketing, and I think it's very important for us to have this topic because if there is change that is coming, or it's already here, it's good for different marketers and even businesses to understand how to prepare themselves and if it's beneficial to them and the attitude they need to have even as the growth or the change is happening. And even it reminds me how um, sales and marketing was before even the introduction of the introduction of the internet, like we had one-on-one calls. You had to pick a phone and make 100 calls, or you have to go physically to someone's shop or office for you to propose, or for you to propose your service or product to them. And that time it never seemed as if there was any other solution that will come that will help sort this issue. Then there came the rise of the internet, and we had online versions where it simplified the sales and marketing in a way, because now we had one to many instead of one to one, where we had automation of the webinars, conversations, online videos. You could create blogs to reach more people, and many, many others. This brought the rise of many tools, which made automation easy. Like, you'll be able to automate your sales process in a way to make the work easier and still convert more people to sales. So over the years, of course, we reached a point where automation was not enough. We wanted to be able to get our tasks, not only do repetitive tasks, but also you want the machines to think or reason, uh, almost like us, to help us make decisions, like to be creative enough to reach more market, because again, competition was on the rise. Like, businesses are now more than they used to be 10 years ago. Businesses are now, people have realized the importance of marketing in business. Therefore, competition is on the higher side. Like, everything you do today, your competitor is watching, and he'll be able to either do what you're doing or even do more. So that helps, that made users, or even more businesses think, how else can we be able to make our ads, our marketing more efficient and more creative, to meet or to convince our users to buy our product or service. So that's where AI has been. That's how AI came on board. Of course, AI has been in existence since 1950, and it has grown over time. But after the pandemic, that was in 2020,
Yes.
probably from 2021, that's where when we had the real introduction of AI on software based or service based businesses, like marketing. Because previously you'll hear about robots to do the repetitive tasks, and not mostly for decision making. But right now, since 2020, we have really had different ways in which you can use AI to allow you to make decisions, not only just do repetitive tasks, but also allow you to make decisions, and therefore become more productive at workplace. Is it going to replace marketers? I would say it's not really going to replace marketers, because even when you look at the AI right now, it's depending on the information that is being fed by the users and even the marketers. So at the end of the day, we are supposed to use AI we are supposed to embrace AI, because we're supposed to use it to allow us to be efficient in our work, to use it to help us become creative. We don't only use the information we get in AI, but we are supposed to use that information and combine with our brains and our team to come up with ideas that will help our marketing be on another level. And of course, in the process, we are going to be affected. The different areas that have been affected so far, we have the customer management, we have the content creators, which right now they are the ones who are majorly affected, the copywriters, data analysts. We have SEO, where we even had a topic where we talked about SEO, asking or helping users to understand if SEO is dead or not. Advertising. So there are different areas in marketing that has been affected.
Mm.
But you as a user or as a marketer, is your work is to identify, if I was a content creator, or I'm a content creator, how am I able to use AI to become efficient or to remain in the market, and not to just fear, or like, which areas am I supposed to improve? Which skills am I supposed to take for me to be able to remain competitive in my space? I think that's where I will start this conversation.
Yeah, and those are very interesting insights, and I think they cover most of what we're going to talk about today. But I would like us to first try to unpack the AI in a more chronological manner, and
Okay.
because AI is different things for different people, and for some people it's negative, for some people it's positive. So what do you think, or what do you view as part of the positives that AI is bringing on the marketing, specifically to the marketing end? And maybe I can just get started. For me, the biggest gain that AI will is doing and will continue to do is on the productivity end. And productivity here means your ability to maximize your output as an individual. So whether you are in the content creation, where you are the person running the campaigns, whether you are the person also helping in the strategy, in my view, your ability to generate to be more productive has been significantly um, uh, has been significantly improved by this platform. So, say if you are in the content creation, you can now just ask a you can now use ChatGPT or even the different client relationship management or social media management tools like Hootsuite, Sprout Social and whatnot. You can ask them to help you generate content for the day. You can give them a topic and they'll help you create content. So it allows you to churn out a lot of content in a very efficient manner. So if maybe you are in the data analytics or supposed to give the insights in and reporting tools, it also allows you to, through the tools that have been embedded in the different platforms that you're using currently or we shall be using, it also allows you to get insights very instantly. So in my view, on the productivity end, I think that one, there is no argument about what benefits that would allow marketers to do. Also on the client relationship management, now previously you would have
Yeah.
to have chat, you'd have to have client relationship officers having to handle so many queries at a go. But now with AI, it can allow you to know which are the frequently asked questions, know which are the times that are the best times to post, which are the times that are which are the type of uh, areas that clients want advice or support on. So it also allows you to not only help improve your customer relationship team, but also now you can even automate that, so that the questions that are handled that can be easily automated through chatbots can also be solved, can also be automated, and you free up your customer relationship team to handle now those additionally complicated challenges that might require one or two more steps to help the customer. So in my view, the two main benefits for the marketing space is it has increased productivity for a marketer at all levels, and also it has allowed them to do better client relationship management. What are your thoughts on addition other positive impacts in our field?
I think one of the major um, impact or a positive impact is on the advertising space.
Yes.
AI has really played a major role in creating data driven targeted marketing campaigns. Like now you
Mm.
can't it's there's no guesswork with AI because it's a machine language which allows you to it's able to help you target the right customers who have the right purchasing decisions. They are able to AI is able to do predictive behavior on your online buying habits. So even you realize that most of these major companies or social media companies like Meta are integrating AI on their platforms because they've realized that with AI you're able to it can detect or it can look at your behavior on the platform and be able to know who you are as a buyer, and therefore an advertiser can target you and be able to, as in it's more accurate in terms of the targeting options. And even on the same note on advertising, you're able to get the right copy, copies for your adverts. You're able to the right creative ads, the right posters. You can generate good posters using different AI tools. Even in Canva right now, they have the option where you can use AI to generate a poster, or you
Yeah.
can combine the AI and also your own creative tools. You have options where even giving you ideas, like just as you've mentioned, ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT to give you an idea on how to write the creative ad, on how which video to generate that will be very captivating to your audience. What do you add on your creatives for that information to fit the right audience that you. So in the advertising space, it has really it's really bringing out a very good impact, and for marketers, if they're to just utilize that space, the tools that are relevant for that space, I think they'll be able to benefit more.
Yeah. For me also, as you're speaking, I also remembered that i- it has also significantly reduced the barriers to entry for anybody who wants to be in the marketing space, or any business that wants to do well to do well, or on a tight budget in the digital marketing space. How does this apply, for a person who has been struggling to enter the digital marketing space? You can learn about digital marketing now through all different available tools. If you needed maybe to create websites, now there are different tools that allow you to create websites easily. If you needed to learn about social media management, you can even just through the different platforms, or through the different AI platforms, you can go and ask every question you want, like, how do I create a post? What is digital marketing? How do I begin my career in digital marketing? Previously, you would have to take almost a month to even just understand what the whole landscape of digital marketing is. But now you can just ask one prompt and you can get a general idea about how digital marketing work. Now on the person who is a small business, or a big or a person who is trying to grow their digital marketing reach with a small budget, with the different tools that can allow you now to do create images without having to pay for models, do copy without having write copy without having to hire a copywriter. Now, in my view, at least for the people who are at the lower end of the tier, it has allowed them, given them a chance to at least still be competitive even without a significant budget. So in my view, another positive thing is that it has allowed the cost of entry for you to become a digital marketer, but also for you to market digitally, has significantly gone down, because some of these tools are even available for free, and that can allow any small business to even just with the tools available to even create some very good creative and copy that can be used for selling. So yeah, I think that in my view, those are some of the things that, of course, there are several many other positives, and it will be
Yeah.
specific most of the time to where you work. If you're a copywriter, you might see the different benefit from a person who is in strategy. You will be different from a person who is in charge of doing the actual marketing, programmatic advertising, and whatnot. So yeah, but now, of course, with every good there is a bad. The first bad, if you were to ask me, is the major issue that AI has brought forth is ethical issues in terms of content, using content without attributing it to the right authors or the people who deserve we talked about the other day about Perplexity using Forbes and New York Times and other news websites without attributing it to them. And these are some of these platforms are paid platforms, and you're basically killing their business model, because you are crawling the website and then giving that information for free. And of course, if you have not watched our video that we discussed about Perplexity and everything with relation to ethics of AI, please go to the link that I think is in the screen for you to watch that video. But still, ethical issues. ChatGPT itself has issues with the people who are content creators online. The platform is learning content online, quote unquote, for free. Of course, there is the cost of that LLM, large language model platform. But it is offering it to you, to the end users, at an almost no cost for people who are using the free version, but at the expense of guys who are developing content. The same way with the DALI or any other type of image creating platform. What it's using is taking image ideas from what is available online, some of them that have already that are licensed, and then giving it with a few tweaks and saying that, this is AI generated, yet it has largely been inspired by what is available online, and which is most of the time premium content. I think to
Yeah.
me that is one of the biggest issues. I would like to hear your thoughts, Vicky, on that, or on any other issue on this, especially for our industry.
I think I would merge that with the data privacy concerns. Like
Yes.
AI, it relies heavily on the data that you provide with them. So sometimes we, even as marketers, as we use AI, we need to ensure that we are compliant with the data protection regulations of the specific countries or boundaries that we are in, because of the security measures you take to protect customer data. You don't just use customer data without them filling a
The
consent form,
approval or
or
consent.
yeah, yes, you need to get necessary information as you collect their data to use for your own use. Even as I talk about the advertisers, you don't just collect data and use it without their consent. So the data privacy concerns, and then of course there's also the change. Like, because of the continuous change, you need to keep upskilling yourself, you need to keep growing, you need to keep knowing what is happening around. So knowledge is the acquiring of knowledge sorry, the acquiring of knowledge should be on another level. Like, you need to always keep yourself up to date with what is happening. I think that is a challenge on in a way, because now you have your own things that you need to do, the businesses that you need to run, but at the same time you need to upskill your knowledge on the AI space, because it's on the early stages. So you don't know what you know today might not be what you need to use in the near future. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You said something that has also that will maybe win into what I'm about to talk about in terms of the skill set. We are also seeing a lot of I don't want to say a lot of it, but we are seeing some instances of bias in the AI. So you find that maybe you are a person who has some general ideas about something, or you're trying to be, what's the word, to be all inclusive. So you put that, I don't want to call it diversity, because sometimes diversity is perceived to be negative or positive, but you want to be diverse in the way the language, the machine learning works. So you put your own biases into the algorithm, and then the output is no longer factual. Like, I remember the biggest issue that Google faced, and why they even delayed their launch with their initial AI, was that they they had tried to make AI quote unquote safe, which meant that it even affected the accuracy. So people were googling or asking their platform to create an image of what the founding fathers of America would have been, and it was giving, black Asian faces, just because, the people who are developing the algorithms wanted to ensure that there is diversity in, the other outputs, but they did not. I don't think they anticipated that it would affect also historical facts. So there is also, in my view, the fear that people's individual biases may be ingrained into the algorithms, and it affects even the output. So maybe you are looking at you're trying to get insights on a topic that is sensitive. You might find that the people inside who develop that algorithm might be of a different view, so they do not allow the algorithm to train on data that is maybe negative. So it also biases your output, or your your perception of the data you receive, because you are assuming this algorithm has scrapped through the whole internet to give me this response. But it could be that these
Yeah.
people maybe perceive that this information is maybe sensitive or is not popular, and then it affects also the quality of output. So in my view, there is also several a big challenge or a big drawback for this, because the biases of these platforms are heavily influenced by the people developing the large language models.
Yeah, I think you have explained it well. Maybe what I'll just add, just a drift, I'll just explain that even as we were talking about the challenges and the positives, as marketers, we would also need to be flexible. Like for example, we have different roles as marketers. There are some who are content creators, there are some who are graphic designers, copywriters, and social media managers, and many others. Even as you upskill or learn in the AI space, you would also need to be flexible enough. Like if your specialization was only on copywriting, and as we continue, you find that there is simply the work has been simplified in this space. Then you need to find ways in which you can learn something else, such that even in your corporate job, for example, if you're in your corporate job, you are not termed as redundant, because there is simplicity in what you're doing, and therefore anyone can be able to do. So you need to find how else can I be able to merge with something else that is still in the marketing field to allow me to remain competitive. I think I just wanted to mention that too.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is more of a way forward as opposed to a challenge. And but the challenge, in my
Yeah,
view, from what you're saying, is that it might lead to significant changes in the workforce, which might affect some people negatively. And
yeah,
maybe then follow knowing that as a potential outcome, then you ought to try to be a versatile employee.
yeah.
A drawback that I have also, I think we also ought to share with the audience is, you had mentioned something about the language earlier in your submissions. You had said something about the language sharing only data that has been trained on, or that is available, and that is true. And in my view, that is will affect or will impact or affects or impacts creativity of these tools. So you ask the language to help you come up with a marketing strategy. It will just give you a generic marketing strategy based on what is available online. So if I am a creative, or if I am business that wants something unique to my industry, I would, most of the time, if I just rely on the AI generated output, I would be getting just the average of what is available online. So in my view, we are not yet at a level for the platforms or the language models to give you customized content or customized outputs that would specifically make you and your business stand out, especially now that you're speaking on the marketing. Also on the creativity of the images, like I said, it uses images that are available online. So if I wanted something unique, I have a new idea, it can generate for me, but it is also limited with what is available. Like sometimes people get into a point that they think these models have a mind of their own, but the mind, it's a it's accumulated mind of what is available online. And one of the instances that I've seen it being also problematic is when you ask, say you're saying, you are going to the platforms that generate images like Dali and saying, I want you to generate an image of protesters carrying Kenyan flags, and then it will generate an image. Now you notice maybe the image does not have black people. It has Asians, it has white, and then you tell it, now I want you to generate an image of black Kenyans who are carrying Kenyan flags and who are on the streets. Now, if you are working with a creative designer, they would improve on what has already been created. So they would say, okay, let me use African models still carrying the flags. But if you're working with AI as it is right now, it creates a whole new image. So there is no improvement of what is already existing, and to me that's a big drawback, because the creative process, while it is simplified, it can also get too cumbersome if you want specific details on your creative. So if you like something, you cannot improve on it. It will generate for you a whole new idea, and that to me is a serious drawback, especially if you are trying to generate images and even content. If you ask maybe for a 1 month content, sometimes it gives you the first 10 days are at least are a bit unique, but then following the content following that is usually repetitive. And if you use the same prompt or the same idea about, I want to maybe boost my shoe business, chances are, if you are doing a 1 year campaign and you go to the platform the next month, it will be slightly different, and the creativity usually is not there. I've interacted with the social media campaign messages or proposed posts from these platforms, and they're not, in my view, not impressive. Maybe the first post is impressive, but the others, it needs you to really also use your creativity. Otherwise, your post will attract only maybe the SE, the algorithms, but they will not work with a normal human. So that, yeah, those are the thoughts I thought we can cover. Of course,
Yeah.
there are many more, and we'd urge you to share it on the comments. What are the other negatives you have experienced at your business when you're trying to use the AI tools in the marketing? But of course, with the bad, the good, then there is the way forward. I don't know how, Vicky, you feel that you think the industry will evolve. We don't have a crystal ball, so we are just making what I would call educated guesses, because we are experienced in this field. What do you think, or what do you foresee our industry looking like? I would say 5 years, but the way AI is moving, even the next 2 years. What are your thoughts about how this industry, the marketing industry, especially digital marketing, will evolve? Of course, driven by the AI evolution.
Um, I think it's not very easy to predict 5 years because the way things are,
That's why we are
the
doing
speed
two.
at which we are seeing changes. Yeah, yeah. So I would say, for one, I see big platforms, big social media platforms, the major social media platforms, and all the platforms that are having the tools that are supporting the marketing field, like the graphics, the images, would really embrace AI. They are going to put AI as part of their um, is part of their tools to ensure
Mm.
efficiency on the service they provide to us. I'm seeing marketers working that you will not be able to work effectively if you have not integrated AI in whatever you're doing in terms of marketing. Whether you're creating adverts, whether you're creating content, at least you'll be able to use it for you to remain competitive. I'm also seeing on the other hand, I'm seeing creativity is still going to come majorly from the human beings, because I look at
100%.
AI is getting information from what we feed the machines with. So, and when you look at the creativity that we are experiencing right now on the different videos, you see the way you would watch an entertainment video or something that is trending, and you see how someone has really thought about this idea. It cannot, I don't believe that you'll be able to get such from the machines, because human beings use what they experience in their social life and their daily life, and it becomes creative because you're able to relate with that the other person has been able to share. So I think creativity is still going to come from humans. So marketers need to continue using their creativity, and also involving other people to see how best they can be able to improve their creativity. I think that's what will count for you to stay competitive in the market. The more creative you are, the better for you, because the other things will be easy for you to now use the machine to complete your whether it's your marketing, your advertising, and the likes. Yeah.
Yeah, in my view, just following up from your earlier point, AI will be ubiquitous in all the service, in all the platforms that we are using. So currently, if you are on, you're using a social media management tool, AI will be there. If you're using a platform for data analytics, if you're using a platform for content creation, if you're using a platform for client relationship management, AI will be so well embedded in the systems. You won't, at first you'll notice that it's AI, but as future generations come in, it will be like a part of life, and it will be very hard to differentiate between what we are experiencing now from what now will be the new norm. I feel, in my view, like you said, AI is not going anywhere, so it will get more and more ubiquitous into the in all the digital, the social media platforms that we're using. Indeed, the big players will remain big, but I am also of the view that there is a major AI company coming. I don't know what it will look like, but I feel with every evolution, there is always that unicorn that will come up and create the biggest value for investors. And because this product is still at its nascent stages, it's very hard to imagine if there will be a Facebook of AI, if there will be a Tesla of AI. So we are waiting for that, and I still believe, while the big tech players, the Alphabet, Microsoft, AMD, while they will continue, remaining dominant, they still, in my view, there is still room for another AI company to, maybe come and amalgamate all these services into one platform. Just something, I don't know how it will look like, but I also foresee a big tech company coming out of this. As the dust settles, a big tech company coming out of this. I also foresee a lot of not really job changes. Of course, there will be job changes, but the major impact that I see AI going to do for our industry is it will move marketing from a role inside a firm to more of an agency model. So more and more companies, especially those ones that have no budget for resources, will continuously engage folks to do different things. So you'll find they'll be talking to an agency that can help them do posts. Then maybe they'll be doing on their own the generation of they can talk to an agency to do them the creatives, and then they do for themselves their post. So in my view, more and more, as the technology gets better and better, it will make more sense for marketing professionals and even companies to outsource this service, because it will be very hard. In my view, I'm seeing it will get more and more specialized. Like, you will need maybe an SEO expert, you will need a strategist, you will need a content creator or a copywriter, and most of the time, because of how these tools will get more complicated or more specific for the industry, it might be too expensive to hire different specialized people. Like, what I'm getting at is that I see it making marketers more and more specialized. So if you're a marketer who is good copywriter, if you use AI, chances are you are also able to exponentially grow your income, because you are also able to attract more people, and the people who embrace this technology earlier will be the ones who benefit. So I see that companies who are especially small might not be able to hire marketing professionals, but it will allow the people who are already good at a skill set, maybe a copywriter, maybe a digital strategist, to now use the AI tools to serve more customers, which is now moving from an employee level to now becoming an agent. And you will not need to have an agency where you have a whole team around you. Chances are, with 2 or 3 people, it will be very easy for you to serve a lot of customers. So I see a lot of potential for people who are in the business of doing this digital marketing on the freelance side, being able to attract more customers, because AI will make them more productive, and it will also allow them to reach a bigger audience without necessarily having to be fully employed. Yeah. Thoughts on any other thoughts, Vicky?
I think that would make sense because, as we just mentioned, that the technology is changing and it's evolving every day. So companies might reach a point where they are not able to keep up, and they will just want an agency to be able to handle for them all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and in my parting shot is that if you are in the industry and you are maybe a good strategist, you are maybe a good programmatic advertiser, I don't think it is prudent for you to try to chasing, shining objects. I would say that you need to double down on whatever you know, what you know, and grow. Now you are let the world know that you're better at this, because even as the technology comes and it will displace some other roles, I foresee that the people who are known to be specialists in a specific area in the digital marketing space will still maintain or demand high compensation, because like the world doesn't change as significantly as we think. The principles of specialists are paid more than generalists still maintains, especially in the corporate world. But yeah, that's all we had for you today. And even as we come to a close, I would urge you and encourage you to share your thoughts, especially if you're in the marketing field, or if you think you want to be in the marketing field. What are the things that you're thinking AI will do for your career, or is already doing for your career and your business? What are the thoughts? What are your thoughts about where the AI will go? And if you even have an idea of the unicorn that I'm predicting in the AI space, I would like to hear your thoughts. Remember also to share, subscribe, and like this video. Otherwise, it's bye from me, Steve Atema, and
For me, my parting shot will be, when it's all said and done, as much as you would embrace the artificial intelligence, you remember that there is always the point of contact where you can't miss on the customer. Um, uh, I would not, customer interaction. Like, don't just assume the machine will do everything for you. Sometimes you'll have to reach out to the customer and attend to the customer's need without using the machine. If it calls for you making a call, there's that point of touch. When you lose it with the customer, then the customer does not feel part of you, and it's easy for that customer not to be loyal and therefore shift to another, to your competitors. So always ensure that you're able to balance between the marketers, between you're able to balance between the AI and also the customer interaction, or the customer's point. Don't leave the customer to just the machine. We are social beings, so we like that kind of interaction. We feel that you care for us. Otherwise, remember to like, subscribe, and share. I'm Matema Victoria. Bye.
bye.